Welcome to the Rowanwater Deja Vu video. No, I'm not French. That's a relief, isn't it? Before anything else, it's to say that everything I say in this video is my own opinion based on my own findings. That's very important in this video. This channel backs Peter Faulding in his quest to challenge and expose the people behind this huge cover-up. Where is he, by the way? Have they bought or silenced him? This video took me longer than expected. A DIY job got in between. But here it is after a long wait. And then I saw Dr. Feelgood because I couldn't breathe. And he says straight off to A&E. Spent 4 hours in hospital on a nebulizer, and they cleared everything up. Everything's just fine. I don't know what caused it. Maybe an allergy. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doc, you know. So here it is. Here's Rowanwater Deja Vu. I'm not Mark William Thomas. I will deliver. Yeah, I told my mates in the club about my hospital experience, and in typical Geordie manner, they said this shit comes with the bus pass. Now, first of all, a correction. I have to make a correction. When I made the bottleneck video, I made a slight mistake in the document, in the presentation I used to calculate the meters from the step counts, and I correct this while I record this video because I'm a perfectionist and I want this to be corrected. It's a typo. It's got nothing. It's got no impact on the calculation. It says here we calculate with 0.667 centimeters. That's translates into 1.5 steps per meter. 1.5 steps per meter is correct, but 0.667 centimeters, that would be 0.7 mils. That's bullshit. So this should be meters here. I correct this on the fly. 0.66 meters, and the same mistake is further down. I think there's 3 mistakes here. 200 meters divided by 273 steps equals 0.73 centimeters per step. That's bullshit. It's meters. Again. Next line, 182 meters divided by 273 steps equals 0.667 centimeters. That's meters again. 0.667 meters as her normal step length. It makes sense now. And there is another one, it's down here. 140 meters divided by 0.667 centimeters per step is equals 210 steps. That's meters as well here. As I say, it's got no impact on the calculations on the meters I've calculated. It's just a typo that sneaked in, and with all the things I've had on my mind, I didn't click on. So save this one. Save this bastard so we've got it for the next time. So saved, yes. Done and dusted. Now, I just want to explain what I did last year and how I got to the bottleneck. The cables route, that was my focus most of last year, where R2 fell for the lie that Nikki walked along the river path, along the tow path, past the red brick building. That's an outright lie. But I fell for it, and I developed the abduction route along the U's, and then across the cables that are not there anymore, behind the cemetery, still behind the cemetery, and this spot here is actually very close to where Nikki's grave is now, and onto the lane with no names. I called it a lane with no name. I think it's called the vicarage, the old vicarage, or something like that. And the vicar's house, it's actually the museum cottage. So that's out of the way. Then I had an accident in, what was it called? The tree stump. I fell over a roll of fencing in the northwest corner of the lower field. And that's when I gradually found the secret way out through Penny's Field and through the secret ditch behind the oaks. And this, and from then on I began to look into her real morning walk based on the Strava data, and she didn't walk past the red brick building. Never. That's many routines in the morning she walked, hardly ever, never on her own, maybe with Paul, but not on her own past the red brick building. And I found a newspaper article. Where is it? An old newspaper article in the Express, and it's dated Saturday the 11th of February 23, and it says Nicola Bulley, dive expert, that's Peter Faulding, rips 10-minute window theory apart as search continues. Peter Faulding had a suspicion that it cannot be. Peter Faulding remains convinced Nicola Bulley is not in the river, as he casts more doubt over the police's analysis of the disappearance. Yes, because it's a cover-up. The diver who has helped in the search for missing Nicola Bulley has dismissed the idea of a key 10-minute window which could help find the missing mum. Just 10 minutes later, unlocked phone. We can ignore this one here. Peter Faulding has challenged this idea, saying this 10-minute period may not mean much. It means nothing. Everyone talks about the 10-minute window surrounding her disappearance, but the fact is that 10 minutes marks the time from when she was last seen until when her phone was found, which doesn't actually mean that much. It's an open-ended 10 minutes because there are hours of unfilled time from when she was last seen where we don't know what happened. And this is the important bit now. That's why I brought this newspaper article up. Mr. Faulding has also raised another concern. Friends of Nicola say she rarely walked by the riverbank, and this is confirmed in the Strava data, and this is the reason I brought this newspaper article up. And then the secret way out through Pennisfield are developed on the presumption that Nikki walked from the Kissing Gate, diagonal across the lower field, did her loop, came back, and then walked the longer way back past the north west corner of the lower field, back to the Kissing Gate and out. But she didn't. She walked it the other way around. But we're coming to this. But the secret way out is based on the presumption that she walked diagonal across here, and on the way back she walked along here, and from here she would have been snatched under the secret way out theory. And I don't say much in regards to the secret way out today. That's the ops map for Pennisfield. The yellow lines are visibility lines, imaginary lines. Also from the towpath, you've got a certain gap here on the towpath from where you can view this gap, this stretch of the abduction route, which is red. It's this high risk here, and it can also be looked into from Penny's house. This bit here, the orange line is lower risk, and the green line is no risk in winter when nobody is in the caravans. And as long as they would have taken into consideration CCTV, which wasn't there. The next one, I don't want to spend too much time with this. The next one is the ops map for Behind the Oaks. Hang on, way back to the other one. And this red bit here, that's the high risk bit. It's also risk at night when you get in nighttime. A movement center picks you up, and in this spot here, you walk in Penny's a floodlight. You walk against the floodlight up to until here, and then it's no risk. But thankfully, Mr. Hyde, who did the night shot, he is not of a faint nature. He carried on and walked it and explored the secret. He found the secret gap in a shot in the dark. You know all that. Behind the Oaks, as I say, I don't want to spend too much time here. You get through the secret gap behind number 10's garage. That's orange line. It's lower risk. Then past the guy's house with the low fence, with the low see-through fence. That's obviously higher risk. And behind here, it's green. Nobody will ever see you in here. I could play football in there all day long. Nobody would take any notice because they've got their own fences. They've got their own properties. They're not interested in what goes on in here. And then this bit here is lower risk again. Lower risk because you've got these visibility lines from the Tall Oak. This house is called the Tall Oak, which I previously called the house in the middle of nowhere. It's a Tall Oak. You can see a bit into it, but it's from a distance. And the same is from a distance from the lower field. You can, from a canny distance. And in back in Plaque, you could see when someone got stuck not stuck in a bush. I could tell there is no no way through. It's too heavy, overgrown with thorns and thistles and brambles, and not with a hostage. It's and this whole exercise was to establish if there could be a breakthrough, if a breakthrough could be made from this corner here to Gastang Road. But that's in the past. Now we're coming to the Daily Mail newspaper article, which I have discovered after the secret way out videos. And in here, Richard 5 sees Nicola walking towards the kissing gate, and then she turns left. And this is also, and this has convinced me, this position has also been confirmed by the handset location data shows Nicola's phone in this area of the lower field at 8:48 and 50 seconds. So she walked it a long way around and came back diagonal across the lower field, which I have indicated in this map here. So she came to the kissing gate, walked a long way around, past the north west corner of the lower field, then did her loop, came back, did a sharp turn here in what I've later coined the bottleneck, and would have walked diagonal across the lower field and out of the kissing gate. No contact with the bench, and no walk along the riverside path, the towpath past the red brick building. And based on the bottleneck video, you have to watch the bottleneck video. I cannot repeat it. It all is the ops map from 9 to 9:30. 9 o'clock when Nikki was at the secret beach. It's got another name, but we're coming to this. She did her loop in the upper field, came back, and that's where she was last seen by Claire Chesham, this yellow arrow here. I think it was 9. I don't want to make a mistake. I would have to look it up now. That's where she was last seen. And at 9:15 she was here. And then she walked another 140 meters to the bottleneck. There she was attacked. And as again, everything I say in this video is my own opinion. Then taken into Rowanwater, and this is the decoy operation. The pink line is the decoy operation, where below the harness, the iPhone were placed at the bench. And this would be Claire Chesham's way out. Just had a thought about this one, but I have to pick up on this after this video. A very strange thought has just entered my mind. Right, that's the first segment of Rowanwater finished. We're coming to the next one, which is called Smith's Fence. Smith's Fence, I called it after the name on a map from the St. Michael's Angling Association. That's the map I'm going to show you. I've got it in here. That's the River Wire. Walter Swim. That's the Iron Bridge. Walter Swim, they call this spot here. Number 2 is the ski slope. Number 3 is the sandbank. Number 4, the 49 steps. I don't know why they called it the 49 steps. That would have been the cables that are not there anymore. Number 5, they call it the nursery. That's already in the use. Number 6, Hornby's Big House. It must, in my opinion, it refers to what we always call the abandoned house, but it's called the old house. Number 7, the deep hole. That's the bench and where they say Nicola Bulley fell in, which is bullshit. Number 8, the red brick, refers to the red brick building. Number 9, White Rocks. Number 10, Hotspot Fiddleneck. And that tells us the real name for what I always called the horseshoe loop here. It's actually called, the locals call it the Fiddleneck. Number 11, the Brock, which refers to the River Brock, which enters the River Wire in this spot. Number 12, what we always call the secret beach, and I will stick to that expression. I don't like what they call it. They call it the golf ball sandbank. I prefer the secret beach, and I think Nikki and her friends, they call it the secret beach as well. Number 13, Smith's Fence. That's where I got the name from, and Smith's Fence must refer to Robin Smith and Rowanwater. Robin Smith, who owns, I don't know if he still does, but he definitely owned it in the past. And in this spot here, I fell into the river, but I'll show you this. This is on the 3rd of March 23. We're approaching Smith's Fence. You can see Smith's Fence here. And in this area here, it's a cliff edge bank. Literally, it goes down. And there's a little bay in here, and it's deep water in there. And I walked too close to the cliff edge, and the earth gave way, and in I went head under. But that's a different story. This is still on the 3rd of March 23. That's where Smith's Fence touches the river wire. And you can see it's got barbed wire on top. Still on the 3rd of March. Bit further up. The structure of the fence changes here. And in the afternoon of the 24th of Feb, when I was with Curtis Arnold, I tried to walk this narrow stretch of the field upstream all the way to the wooden bridge, but we're coming to this. This is now the view from Rowanwater, where you would come out of the gate, the wooden gate in the back. And you look down towards the river. There's Smith's Fence on the left. Still on the 3rd of March. This is now from the 23rd of May 25. A snapshot from my video A Walk in the Park, part 2. And you can see the fence has now received a makeover. It's definitely painted. It would have been repaired in places. Yeah, that's where I went over and tried to walk it along this narrow stretch of field upstream towards the wooden bridge. And here the structure of the fence changes again. It's supported here by planks of wood, not ideal. This is a close-up of the fence. I think they have improved it. Barbed wire on top and in the middle makes it more difficult, I think, to get over it. Yeah, we're coming to the afternoon action on the 24th of February 23. In and around Rowanwater. First, you remember this gentleman, Curtis Arnold. I did not play the Arnold Lane tune for reasons of Curtis Arnold. I played it for another reason. I must admit, I took a bit of the piss there. Curtis, because I'm like that, I like to take the piss. Curtis Arnold is not a knicker pincher. I have to protect him there. I played it because of Arnold Lane's distorted mirror, which is in the lyrics and which refers to Rowanwater, as you will see. And I met Arnold at around 11 a.m. on the 24th of February 24 in the Grapes car park. Nicola Bulley's body was recovered the Sunday before, 5 days earlier. On the 24th, it was the Friday. First, we went downstream to have a look at that place. Then we went to Rowanwater. I know what to say about him. I have only made good experience with him. A well-behaved and very talented young man. Talented because he is a master behind the camera. I have learned from him how to shoot YouTube videos. I was not a YouTuber back then. He wore his GoPro on a shoulder strap, stabilized by a half-closed jacket. I copied this from him. Our videos in the fields look similar. You might have noticed it. He used the GoPro back then. He uses an Action 4 camera now, but I used an Action 4 camera from the start. He does not know me now because I have pissed him off, but whom has the prof not pissed off? I should be highly decorated for it. I wish him good luck. And I need my glasses now to see what's happening. So we're finished with this one. So what happened at Rowanwater when Arnold and myself arrived there? I prepared this map. The orange line is me, red is Arnold, and the blue line is a resident from Rowanwater. I went in first, Arnold stayed behind. My intention was to walk that narrow field all the way up to the wooden bridge upstream. Arnold, I says to Arnold, come over here, we walk it over there. He stayed behind. I says, fuck, right, I'll walk it myself then. And and I just set off, and then someone comes down these steps. These are steps here, and he shouted towards me, get out, private land, private property. I moved back to this spot here where behind I stood. I did not climb over the metal gate. There's a metal gate there, and I stayed there put. And this person went back into Rowanwater and started walking towards us. And all of a sudden, Arnold leaped over that barbed wire fence here, rushed past me, got over the metal gate, and he went into Rowanwater and disappeared behind the lake. Whereas this person here, this resident of Rowanwater, he continued walking towards me. And this is from Arnold's GoPro when he rushed past me. This is the metal gate. He went over there and he went into behind the lake. And on the left hand side you can see where this white sign is. I think that indicates the gate out into the field. And this person, I mistook him for Keith Barlow at first, because they all look the same and they've got similar sized dogs. And he comes walking towards me. And what's interesting in this photograph is the CCTV mast. You can see two cameras. One looks towards that person. It observes the path where this man walks. And the other camera points not into the upper field. It points towards the gate, the back gate of Rowanwater. It will get a bit of a view from the upper field, but its main intention is to look down towards the wooden back gate. And I always wondered, how was I spotted so fast? Is there another camera somewhere? And I wonder now if there is a camera. We've got 3 masts there on the other side of the river wire. I wonder if there is a camera over there. It doesn't look like it. This is more like for floodlight. I don't know what's that for. I think that's environmental stuff. And I don't know if this is a camera. I haven't got a clue. So anyway, this person comes walking towards me. He came to me and says, "Get out, private property again." And I remember what I said to him. We're no danger. We have just come to take some nice photographs. And then he he let me stand there behind that gate, and he rushed after Arnold, who was behind the lake. And this is now this man talking to Arnold. And Arnold, he told him that he is an auditor and he has come to look at Rowanwater, what impact the Nicola Bulley case had on this business. He's never shy of an excuse. I thought it funny when he claimed he's an auditor. And this man is got a dark coloured little dog. That's him. Notice the upside down. I think it's an upside down boat next to the path. They will use it to maintain the lake because there's fish in that lake. Could a body have been hidden under there? I don't know. Just a thought. This is this man again, and he told Arnold, because Arnold passed it on to me. He told him the big man, the boss in Rowanwater is a guy called Robin Smith. He owns Rowanwater. So they had a friendly conversation. I think. I'm not sure. Arnold told him, "I'm a YouTuber," and he says it doesn't matter. He wanted him out. This is now the back gate. It's got a window. It's not glazed. You can stick your hand through it. You can observe everything that's going on in the upper field. And Arnold in his video says on the day when Nicola disappeared, this gate was all day. It was either open or not locked. So if that was I don't know where he's got it from. I just pass it on. If you watch this video, you can hear him talking. So all day it was either open or not locked. So I would think the search parties might have went into Rowanwater and had a look around. They wouldn't have searched the lodges, but they might have looked around inside Rowanwater. And this is this gentleman now letting Arnold out. Once he opened that gate, I came over the metal gate and made the same way out through this gate behind Arnold, and he went out as well with his dog to walk the upper field. I don't know. I cannot get my head around him. Is he hiding his face? Is he? I don't know. As I first suspected Keith Barlow, but someone in the audience told me it's not, so I had to re-record the whole segment because I don't want to end up in trouble. And I was told it's a gentleman, a resident from Rowanwater called Anthony Ashworth. If it's true or not, I don't know. I just pass it on. Then we're coming to Keith Barlow, the real Keith Barlow, not the one I mistook. That guy before, I mistook him for Keith Barlow. That's the real one. And here, in the Daily Mail article 9:35, Keith Barlow is caught on CCTV walking his dog from Rowanwater Caravan Park next to the upper field. He spots and later speaks to Mrs. Fletcher by the bench, but we are not shown the CCTV image from 9:35. What we are shown in the Daily Mail article is the video, the CCTV picture when he comes back at 9:59 approximately. Keith Barlow returns to Rowanwater via the gate. See him here, tallish, slender man. He's got a white dog, whereas the other one, the one we just met, he looks similar, but that's why I mistook them. But he's got a darkish dog. And the shed at the gate, ignore this bastard here, he does not belong here. This is the shed I wanted to show you. That's from the 24th of February. It's got a metal handle here. Can you see that? I point this out for a reason. And because when Arnold came back in the summer with Sammy and shot his video, I'm kicked off Rowanwater, river wire test, walk across the river. Sammy was barefooted, and they must have, I reckon they went in here again. And this is the shed now. What had changed? The handle is gone. And on this driveway, on this path, is now a pile of sand. And this photograph has triggered something in me. What if on the 27th of January workmen were loitering around here? Because they can come into Rowanwater, no problem, in and out. And they would have looked through that the window of that wooden gate, and saw Nicola Bulley doing her loop in the upper field, and said, and then they went inside Rowanwater behind the lake to the bottleneck and waited for her to pass through. It's just another idea I've got, and it's not out of the world. It could have happened. And the last one is from a snapshot from my video, A Walk in the Park, part 3. Shows Smith's Fence close-up. It received an upgrade, a makeover. In the past, I think it was only at the top, the barbed wire. Now they've got barbed wire in between these planks right to the bottom to make it harder to get in. But what's interesting in this snapshot is the metal gate is now gone. Can you see that? The main metal gate is gone. On the right hand side is still a metal gate that continues a bit further to the right, but the main part, the metal gate, is gone now. So they did away with it. And have I got anything else to say? No, that's the end of segment 3. We are now coming to Rowanwater itself, the fourth segment of this video. And the first photograph is from Mike, who is an investigator on the Professor Moriarty channel. He let me have his brilliant photograph he shot from outside the main gate, the electric gate of Rowanwater. It was on the 27th of January 26, the third anniversary when he was there. It shows you the main gate. Brilliant photograph, I must say. And we're coming to this element here. We're looking at this from a close-up snapshot from Arnold's footage. I don't even know what to call it. It's not a sculpture, isn't it? It's not. It's just a symbol of Rowanwater. A Masonic symbol. We're coming to this. So Mike shot this photograph. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for letting me use it. And we're coming later on. We're coming to photographs shot by reconnaissance photographs shot by Mr. Hyde. Don't mistake Mike with Mr. Hyde. Mike is a highly educated, friendly gentleman. Mr. Hyde is an aggressive, nasty man. He does the reconnaissance work back in 23, and he also did the night shot in a shot in the dark. Rowanwater, the side map. It's outside the main gate. That's a photograph of it. It tells you that's the electric gate, what I just called the main gate. You see the numbers of the lodges. To us in this video is important around here. Hang on, my mouse is playing up in this part here. Just here would be the bottleneck, and this is where the gate is, the back door gate, the wooden gate with the window. That's where Keith Barlow walked towards me. I was basically standing here at the metal gate, and Curtis Arnold went along here, in here, down here. That's that out of the way. Now we're coming to the side rules of Rowanwater. There is I got this from a website, from a government website. It's from Wyreside Council, and it stipulates the side rules. I've highlighted those paragraphs which are important to us. It's quite a longish document, which we'll have to sign if you're a lodge owner. I'm not. I just downloaded it from the government website. Number 4, washing lines are not allowed on site. So Rowanwater is not a place for knicker pinchers, right? We've had a knicker pincher up here in the northeast. He popped off, and then they found canny few knickers in his allotment. I thought it funny. I thought it funny. Yes, these people do exist. No, he was not one of my mates. If I can read your thoughts. No, nothing to do with me. Number 5, Sky TV aerials and dishes are not permitted on site, providing they are positioned unobtrusively by our nominated installer who specializes in the installation of satellite dishes and lodges. Number 9, lodge owners can walk their dog along the riverbank, road, and along the river's edge. Access to the public footpath on the Fiddleneck, there we have the Fiddleneck, the horseshoe loop, can be gained through the locked gate, which is the back door gate, which must be relocked after access has been gained. There is also access to the lakeside between points A and P on the attached site plan. I haven't got the attached site plan, but it's basically the internal lake of Rowanwater. Residents, guests and visitors may fish the river wire from any point on the site. That's paragraph 21. Paragraph 30, the site is protected by electric security gates. Lodge owners will be issued with 2 remote devices for the electric gates and 2 keys for the pedestrian gate. Additional keys and remote devices are available at cost. Replacement remote control devices and or keys will be chargeable. Number 31, lodge owners can also open the gates from their lodges by use of a telephone to allow access for visitors. Number 32, the gates will automatically open between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. to allow access to service vehicles and Royal Mail vehicles. Once a vehicle has driven through the gates, they will automatically close behind the vehicle. Number 33, to enter the site between the hours of 4 p.m. and 8 a.m., drivers will need to use the remote devices to open the gates, which will automatically close after the vehicle has driven through. Number 34. At all times, the gates will open automatically for any vehicle leaving the site and close behind the vehicle. Yeah, that's interesting. The pedestrian gate will Number 35, the pedestrian gate will allow pedestrian access at all times by the use of one of the 2 keys issued. So basically they can open, the lodge owners can open the gate, let everybody in. The gates open automatically between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. That falls within when Nicky vanished. So anybody could have basically driven in there. yes, they will automatically open between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. 8 a.m. is good enough. Nikki vanished at about 9:18. So anybody, workmen, anybody could have been in Rowanwater, and they could have driven out at any time. At all times, the gates will open automatically for any vehicle leaving the site. So it's basically, and the police tells us it's definitely nothing has left Rowanwater. It's fucking bullshit what they're telling us. Then there is on another website, it's of a estate agent, I believe it was. Hang on, have I not got it somewhere? Why Nicola Express Nicola? No, I haven't got it. Doesn't matter. My mouse is acting up again. From you've got the website address here. There is a restaurant at the entrance to the park, so you can wander down for a drink or a meal without needing to drive. Did you know Rowanwater has got a restaurant? I don't know if it's still open, but at one time it was open. And I'll show you which I believe is the restaurant. It's right next to the main gate, the electric gate. I believe this is the restaurant. It's got CCTV installations up here, and it's got the site map is here. That's where the photograph of the site map is. That's where the photograph of the site map is from. There you see CCTV for the pedestrian and for vehicles. And on the other side of the road is another one for vehicles. And I believe along here is another one. So there are plenty of CCTVs around the main gate. Don't even think about it. Then in Rowanwater, that's from Curtis Arnold's, the second time he went in with Sammy when he was kicked out. That's the ornament, sculpture, whatever it's called, whatever you call it. It's not far from the main gate. It's a globe on a platter, and in my opinion, it's a Masonic a symbol. It's part of Rowanwater. I believe Rowanwater is very much in the hands of the Masonics. Platter or plate, globe on a plate or platter. Look it up. It's a Masonic symbol. And that we're finished with segment 4. We're coming to segment 5 now. We are now coming to the utility sheds and more within Rowanwater. The 5th segment. The first utility shed or tool shed we've got is here at this point. It's not far from the back gate. We've got this bastard standing here again. That's the metal gate that is now gone. Apart this bit here is still there, but the main metal gate is now gone. We've got this tool shed here. I can't imagine they have farm gear here to mow the field. Some kind of a lawnmower, I would imagine. It's also a bit of an exit point. You could get out of here and then walk along the field up towards upstream towards the bridge. But in my opinion, no. The step count analysis points towards another tool shed. We're coming to this. Yes, that's the one. The tool shed behind the metal gate, and we've got bin hoods in Rowanwater. This is from Arnold's footage when he was in with Sammy. We've got these hoods here for the bins. That's one of the typical lodges within Rowanwater. There's someone sitting there. You can see the legs, feet. That's a bin there. That's the first aid hood, as I call it. It's close to the ramp. That's the ramp here. That's the first aid hood. You can tell it's got something like first aid on it. What's it called? What's the special medical word for defibrillator? I'm not sure. Gives you an electric shock and brings you back to life. Stop it. I cannot remember it. Where are we in Rowanwater? We are here. That's the ramp here. That's where that medical first aid hood is. And before we were here at this spot here. That's where the other utility shed is. Defibrillator. What's it? What's the name for it? Defibrillator. A defibrillator. It's to do with first aid. Anyway, I couldn't remember the name. That's basically what it will say on here. Away with this photograph. Ramp and steps. That's the ramp. I've just showed you on Google Earth. The ramp here. You've got steps leading down here. Then you've got we're here now. We're in this corner here. We'll look over here. From here, we look over here. From here, we look over here. That's Lodge 30. We're outside Lodge 30. Arnold is outside Lodge 30. That's Lodge 17. That's Lodge 18 here. And behind Lodge 17, you can see the tool shed I'm interested in. The utility shed, tool shed, call it what you want. That's the object of my interest. And that's Arnold's footage again. This one is actually the one from We Search Inside Rowanwater. Same here. The boat, upside down boat on the path. This is Lodge 17. And behind there is the tool shed. Again, we're just outside Lodge 30. You see the fence here of Lodge 30. You see a bit here of Lodge 18. That's Lodge 17 here. And behind there is the tool shed. And that's the path that takes you like in a U shape. You can walk it around like in a U shape. That's the U shape here. My fucking mouse is the mouse is playing up. That's the U shape here. And we're finished with this one. Hey, we're flying through this one. Number Lodge 17. That's the tool shed I'm interested in. And in here, over here would be the path that takes you along there. Anything else in there? No, it's that's Lodge bit of Lodge 18. You can see here a bit of it. And actually you can see, I think there's steps leading down to the waterfront, to the lake. Number 10, Lodge 17, the tool shed in question, my friends. That's where we want to be. And 11, I think that's one of the better pictures I've got from that tool shed. Lodge 17 tool shed, submerged tree, branches of a tree. That's the path. You can just make out the path that Arnold would have walked towards the end. And on the left-hand side would be the bottleneck. Same again. The tool shed, Lodge 17. And we're through this now, and this is satellite view from 2023. You see here, that's Lodge 30, 29 is this one here. That's Lodge 17, 18. We see here 19. And you see here another one. I don't know which one this would be. And this is the tool shed here. Notice that the tool shed is set back towards the woodland, the woods, whereas the Lodge 17 and 18 are forward towards the lake, leaving a gap in behind. We can walk along. But important is this the tool shed. I just want to find out. This is just what I want. The next one. This would be Lodge 16. We've just seen a bit of Lodge 16 in the former picture. 17, 18, 19, and this would be Lodge 16. 30, 29, 17, 18, 19, and this would be 16. Am I right? Yes, this is 16, 17, 18, 19, 16, and here we saw 30 and 29. And we're coming to the Rowanwater Ops map. The bottleneck in here. The green line is where you can do whatever you want. You basically nobody will spot you here unless you're very unlucky. The yellow lines are visibility lines. It changes here. The green line changes here to orange, which is low risk. Same on the other side of the U shape, changes here into orange because the visibility, or you're suddenly visible from these lodges here, and it takes you up to about here before it becomes a red line, and the blue arrow are put in between lodges 20 and 21 because I'm in two minds how far someone could risk it to be on the. I think this Lodge 21 would still be on orange, I would say. Anyway, on the red line, and you're fucked. That's basically the message. You've got CCTV here. That's the blue circle. You've got CCTV mast here. It spies over here towards the ramp. You've got a CCTV mast here. It spies towards over here and towards the wooden back gate. The purple line represents the wooden back gate. It should be more inward, but you know what I mean. The tool shed here is one, the one we're interested. The second one would be here behind the metal gate, and this is the first aid hood. This is the ramp. It's yellow because low risk, but you have to get there in the first place. And the most important thing is from here on, from Lodge 30, it turns red. But on the 27th of January 23, the CCTV camera that looks towards the back gate was not working. So on the 27th, this would have been orange. So someone could have operated in this area here, even used this gate here to get onto the narrow field, but not in my opinion. Fitbit analysis, iOS analysis tells us that from the bottleneck, which is here, there were 42 to 60 meters used. until there were no further steps. And it does not, in my opinion, I have to get this mouse acts up today. It would not lead us this way. It's too far. It takes 42 to 60 meters, takes us here, and then along here, and it stops behind the tool shed. 42 to 60 meters from here to here. And is there anything else to say to the ops map? I think you get the picture. That's it basically. And then we're coming to the nitty-gritty, my friends. Of course, I forgot something. I'll take you back to the ops map. The orange lines have got to do with the 90-second rule, which I have explained in Riders on the Storm behind Emma White's car park. It's the element of surprise, highly unlikely to be detected within 90 seconds. That's why it's orange. Then Curtis Arnold's first entry into Rowanwater when he was with me, I stopped behind that metal gate. He went in there. Behind there, and then Keith Barlow caught up with him back out again and through the gate. The second time he was with Sammy. She was barefooted. I reckon they went around here into the water, around here, through over the metal gate, and along here the red line. Then to the center of Rowanwater. This is Masonic symbol there. Then they went down here, and just when it got interesting, he turned back, and they caught up with him here and chased him back out. And last but not least, it's the utility shed again. Yes, it sits there looking quite innocent, but it hasn't escaped the prof's attention. I wonder why my videos always turn out like manuals from the dark web. Must be the Professor Moriarty karma. We're now going to have a look into segment 6. Rowanwater in 2015. An aerial view, satellite view. What you can see here is Rowanwater being developed. You've got some of the lodges are up. With others, it's only the fundament. The fundament is in place. There's a lodge. There's a lodge. There's a lodge. That's a fundament. That's a fundament. 17 is already there. 18 not. 19 is there. 30 is not. 29 is, and 28 is there. So it basically was a field in the past, and that's what it looked in 2000. Yes, that's what it looked in 2000. Nothing but nothing. There's no lodges. There seems to be some kind of farm buildings here, where the main gate is now. But the lodges are not there, and something has been left there, which we're gonna look into now. Something is there that shouldn't be there. Back to the ops map. Nikki's walk from 9 o'clock till 9:18. 9:18, she was there. She was attacked there. And again, anything I say now is in the whole video is my own opinion based on my own findings, and that's exactly what the Strava data looked like. The morning of the 27th was different because she had her her team's meeting. That's why she did the extra loop in the upper field, but the rest is all the same. She would have walked down here, and then she would have returned here and back through the kissing gate, but she didn't get there. She only got to this point that I've coined the bottleneck. Hardly ever did Nicola Bulley walk here along the towpath alongside next to the river. There are photographs where she is there with Willow and Paul, but never on her own, and that's what her friend said. And the projection from the authorities is quite clear. The projection is the bench and the river, and she drowned there, which is not true. You know it, I know it. And what we were shown in Kay Burley's Walk of Deception, if I remember it correctly, Kay Burley walked it this way and this way. It was shown all over again. That's actually Claire Chesham's walk. We were shown Claire Chesham's walk, and that was hammered into our brains that was Nicola Bulley's walk, but it wasn't. Nicola Bulley got down here, and that was the end of her walk. And then another 42 to 60 meters according to iOS and Fitbit, and it ended, in my opinion, behind the tool shed. And I'm going to show you the approach of the bottleneck again. It's a segment. It's a clip from a walk in the park from the 23rd of May 25. We are approaching the bottleneck. Nikki would have come this way from the left-hand side, because we're coming from Rowanwater Gate, but Nikki would have come this way. And in the bottleneck, she would have made a sharp left turn to walk diagonal across the lower field, but that's how far she got. And I think this rat hole here plays a role in it. And now I'll show you how close it is from the bottleneck to behind that place we're gonna investigate now. It's about 10 meters, I would say. 10 meters, not more. And that's it. That's what I withheld in May 25, because I believed in. I was deceived as well. I believed in the cables theory, and now we're gonna have a look into. And then Tommy Tucker told me to translate her step counts into meters for each time segment from 9:30, from 8:30 to 8:45, then 8:45 to 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock to 9:15, 9:15 to 9:18. I did all this in the bottleneck video. Tommy Tucker told me to do that, and then I discovered that it ended in the bottleneck, and I remembered the old reconnaissance photograph that existed from the 24th of February at 23, and I'm going to show you these pictures now. Now, these photographs are reconnaissance photographs. Who shot them? It's the same man who shot a shot in the dark, a shot in the dark video, where the secret gap between Penny's Field and the back of the Oaks was discovered. Mr. Hyde, his name is Mr. Hyde. He's the other half of Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll, a nice man. Mr. Hyde is not so nice. It's actually absolutely not nice. Do I know him? I try not to. Now we're going to look into these photographs now. Now I say it again, these photographs are reconnaissance photographs. They are not from Curtis Arnold. That would be a number too big for him. It's not the way he works. The focus is on details. Brace yourself for what is coming. The first one is from the 3rd of March 23, and it says here timestamp is 8:57. That's not correct. The camera was set for summertime. It was winter. The time when this photograph was shot was 7:57, just before 8 o'clock in the morning. And this is the photograph you saw in the preview, where I have distorted it. And what you see here is a field gate that was left behind. And these field gates, they are standardized. They have got a height of 1.20 meters. There's barbed wire on the left hand side. As you can see, this is barbed wire here. There is barbed wire on the right hand side. This picture is not the clearest, but what you can see in this photograph is the rat track. Rat track up here, up the embankment. There is no barbed wire involved on the rat track. How wide would it be? There is fencing here, and on the right hand side the fence stops around here. It's not wide, but you can get through, no problem, and there's no barbed wire involved. An obstacle for me, I piss over it, but to my shame I must admit I've never tried to open it. But normally these gates are secured by the farmer. Maybe to be opened a bit twice, I'm not sure. Nikki's bruises point to the fact that she was taken over here. And what you see here is basically the same situation as it was on the 27th of January, because the Nicola Bulley case was still hot, and they couldn't do anything to the fencing, to this place. It would have been too suspicious. We look into another one. This one is, all the others are from the 24th of February 23. That's 4 weeks. That's a Friday. That's exactly 4 weeks after Nikki went missing. It's 5 days after Nikki's body was recovered from downstream. It was recovered on a Sunday, and we're here on a Friday, and the 24th of February 23. Timestamp is 9:42. That's not correct. It was set for summertime. It's winter. The photograph was taken 8:42, and all the others around this time. And what you can see here is much clearer picture. You can see the rat track here. There is no barbed wire involved. I can promise you this, my friends. Up the embankment, and the distance from here up to the embankment is maximum 10 meters. You can see the barbed wire on the left hand side, and you can see wiring. You can see the wires on here, but it stops here. The wiring is here, and it stops here. And could it be opened, that gate? I doubt it. Maybe a slot wise, but the fact that this tree is here, it stops it from being opened. And normally not. As I say, Nikki's bruises point to the fact that she was taken over this field gate and up the rat track, up the embankment, a distance of maximum 10 meters. And what else you can see here is that the grass is combed towards the gate and over the gate. It points to the fact that there must have been action going on here. We come to the next one, same day, 24th of Feb. You can clearly see the rat track here. You can also see that there is no barbed wire involved. That's a bramble here. The fence mesh stops here. On the left hand side there's barbed wire, but it stops here. We've got a narrow gap that lets you up the embankment, and over that gate the grass is combed over it. And what else can we say? Yes, that's what you've never been shown. You've been shown the bench and the river 1,000 times, but where Nikki never walked, it was not on Nikki's route, but on Nikki's route is this here, and that's where what you were never shown, because the projection was towards the bench and the river, because it's a cover up. It's a huge cover up. Have we got anything else? Then we continue. Now we come to the next one. We are not. Hide is up the west side of the embankment. I'll show you where this is. We're here in Rowanwater. This is the west path of the embankment. That would be the north path. It's a U shape, and that's the south path here. And Hyde stands about here and shoots his photograph in this direction. And what we can see here is, in this photograph, is Lodge 30 on the right hand side, Lodge 29 in the middle, Lodge 17 here on the left, Lodge 18 in front, and that here is Lodge 28, where Keith Barlow lives. And Keith Barlow, he came out of Rowanwater. He was CCTV'd at 9:35. He was CCTV'd, and Helen O'Neill in Allotment Lane heard a scream at 9:34, a minute earlier. And apparently Keith Barlow never saw and never heard anything. Sorry, mad professor moment. Shit happens. I'll get these fits now and then. I'll have to see Dr. Feelgood again. He's sick of me. They say it's only a thin line that separates a genius from a nutter. In my case, it's a very thin line. Is this a full shilling or what? How can the bastard live with himself? Helen O'Neill heard a scream at 8:34. I should start different. Helen O'Neill in Allotment Lane heard a scream at 8:34. That's the official line. There's a lie in this sentence. The lie is not that Helen O'Neill heard a scream. The lie is that Helen O'Neill does not live in Allotment Lane. She lives in the Oaks. And her back garden faces Allotment Lane, but is separated by a fence. We shall have a look now what a distance it is from Helen O'Neill's back garden to the tool shed. Yeah, I'm in the picture. From Helen O'Neill's back garden, 270 meters. And from Veronica Claesen at the at a tennis court. Heard a scream around about 9:50 or something like that. Don't quote me on this one. It's around, I think, 9:55 if I'm not mistaken. And it's about 520 meters from where she was to the back of the tool shed. And yes, I think we're finished with this photograph. Is there anything else we should? No, not at the moment. The next one. Oh, it's getting critical now. We are now. I'll show you where we are. We hide is. Don't get me into it. We are now in this corner, exactly where we want to be. See this corner here? Exactly where I want to be. And it's the fencing around the path, the west path, and the embankment that the embankment's on the north side. And this embankment is not tidy at all. Actually, none of the embankment of Rowanwater in this area here, in the U-shape area, is tidy. It's full. There's builder's rubble all over, pipe sticking out of the ground, and it's not a nice place. What we can see down here, that green is a field, and it's this field here. We're here and we're looking down into this field, and this field is where the bulls are. Sometimes they graze in here and here and here. And what else can we see? In a disused plant pot. You can see a disused plant pot here, and we can see a trample path down there. Can you see this here? And it continues along here. It's oh, definitely. It's a trample path. And there's fencing involved down there, because the bulls are not allowed to come up the embankment. The field is fenced, a barbed wire fence around it. Just wonder if we can see some of that barbed wire somewhere. There's disturbed soil here over that fence. Can you see it? That's not quite normal, that. It is. Yeah, definitely disturbed soil, earth. And I cannot see. The fencing is not clearly visible, but there is barbed wire fence around that field. You cannot just walk down there and into the field. It's that's a step too far, arsehole. You cannot just go down the embankment and into the field. It's fenced off with barbed wire. So we're going to the next one now, which is something much more to explain. We are behind the tool shed. You can see the tool shed has got no window on the north side. On the west side, from Arnold's photographs, we can see it's got no windows on the south side. The door must be facing Lodge 17, that is behind this tool shed. And we cannot see Lodge 17 because Lodge 17 is set further towards the lake. We can walk through here onto the road, and there's a gate that is secured by 2 drop bolts, not locked. And the lodge we see here is, I wonder what lodge this is. I need the map again, for fuck's sake. We're here. We're looking at lodge. No, we're here 70. We're looking at lodge 19. 19 is the lodge we are looking at. So this is lodge 19 here. We're looking at a garden gate with 2 drop bolts. What else can you see? You will say, I see a fucking wheelbarrow. Yeah, but you have to get better than that to keep up with me. What you see here is a brand new wheelbarrow. It's got no weathering marks, no scratches. This is not a scratch here, this is a leaf. Same white leaf as here. It's got no markers whatsoever. The tire is brand new. It hasn't seen any action. Not much action. On the right hand side we see 3 black bin bags. Yeah, it's 3. Definitely. And on the left we see 2 bags of classic white pebbles. Same pebbles as they're standing on, I would suggest. And these bags are closed. Yeah, they're closed. What else can you see? Can you see something else? Oh, you would have missed the most important thing. Have another good look if you see something. Well, we already established the disturbed soil around this tree here. There is soil here on the pebbles. That means someone must have been over here, came over here with earth on his shoes, or 2 of them with earth on their shoes. And most importantly is now what we can see here. We see disturbed soil, trampled down soil. We can clearly see that's a shoe print here. That's another shoe print here. And that's another shoe print here. There was a commotion going on in this trampled down. Plenty of shoe prints here. There was commotion going on. We've got 2 indents. One, and an indent here. Someone's feet were in here. Someone's feet. That's where the knee would have been. It left a mark. Up here, you see an indent here, an indent there. That's where the left hand would have tried to grab a hold. That's where the right hand was, and that's where commotion was going on. Definitely. I'm not a zoo scout. I'm actually better than a zoo scout. I am Professor Moriarty, retired. What's left to say is the fence height is about 1 meter. I forgot to mention that the wheelbarrow still got the factory sticker on, and in regards to this here on the left bottom corner, I know what happened here. I have to clarify with the team what I can say, because I don't want to talk myself into a big shit, you know. If you've got a bit of a brain, then you can figure it out yourself what happened here. There's a good chance they found her in in Rowanwater, and someone decided then to cover it up. She might have even been a week on a life support machine in hospital. We have to consider these things, because the Fitbit recorded data for 5-6 days later, and from then on the authorities had to follow their narrative. There was no way out. Placed her in the river, and Peter Faulding found her with his sonar. Was too early to get her out there, and then, well, they got her out, but stored her somewhere, and then a week later released downstream. That's what they do nowadays. And what else have I got to say? Helen O'Neill, the Oaks were never meant. The Oaks were kept out of the equation, because the towpath, the bench, they were in the focus, and Wireside Farm, and they kept. Even though Helen O'Neill lives in the Oaks, they kept the Oaks out of the equation. Why? You think about it. Next one. I hope this doesn't take too long. This is a beautiful shot from height. This is the south side of Rowanwater, of the U-shape path. What we can see is definitely Lodge 30 here. I think we can even see Lodge 29 over here. What this picture is all about is you can see Arnold Lane's distorted mirror. You can watch everything from up here. You stand on this on this path. Oh man, on this path here. And you can watch what's going on, what's happening in the upper field. You watch, but you cannot be seen from the field, because from the field you look towards the dark embankment, and you cannot see who stands on the path on the top. Rowanwater is nothing other than Arnold Lane's distorted mirror. You can see one way, but not the other way. That's what this photograph is all about. Next one. Basically the same. This is the south, where Curtis Arnold walked along here. You see Lodge 30 in the back. And that would be Lodge 29, and that's Keith Barlow's place 28. You see a nice little chair for a breather for Mr. Hyde, and you see the upside down boat on the path. We're finished with this one. We've only got two more. That's where Hyde stopped, because on the 24th of February the CCTV was working, and this is where the orange line would have begun. This is Lodge 30, and out here on the right hand side would be the gate door, the back gate. And last but not least, definitely not least, this is a bloody good photograph. It's on the west side, the way Hyde came in. You see, that's the field gate here. That's how it's enclosed up to here. On the right hand side would be a similar fencing, but a gap is in between. That's the rat track over here, and up the embankment. That's where she would have been taken, and that's what I mean. Rubble pipe sticking out of the ground. It's like that all over this part of the embankment. West side, north side. How do I know? You don't want to know. And what else can you see? You can observe the lower field from here. So you can see everything that's going on in the upper field, everything that's going on in the lower field. And in the distance you can see the red brick building. That's the red brick building. And you can see the embankment of the towpath. You can watch. It's a classic photograph that tells you what Rowanwater is. It's Arnold Lane's distorted mirror. And what else do I have to say about this one? Yeah, on the right hand side here is another entry point, but this involves barbed wire. It's trampled down. It was trampled down. I don't know what it's like now, but we're talking the 24th of February 23. It was trampled down, and you see this plank here. It stops here, and it does not continue all the way. So this is lower here, and there's barbed wire fencing trampled down. This trampled down. It's lowered. I would say up to a height of about 90 centimeters, but it involved barbed wire, and I think that's it, my friends. Do I have to point out something else in here? No, I think that's it. Why is it always me who discovers the rat holes? Doctor, doctor, please. Oh, the mess I'm in. Doctor, doctor, please. Oh, the mess I'm in. She walked up to me and really stole my heart. That's what happens after 2 weeks on the bender and the brown ale. Again, what I say in this video is my own opinion based on my own findings. Those with brain among you should now see behind the cover-up and what a shit show we were shown, including Sly News and Kay Burley's walk of deception, which was Claire Chesham's walk, not Nicola Bulley's. They lend a helping hand. The Nicola Bulley case is the biggest cover-up in British criminal history, involving a rogue police force and officials, no accountability, no consequences. And that includes the College of Policing. Unfortunately, we are not just dealing with one murder, but two. Evelina Sasak had to die because she held the key to the House of Lies. Willow's blood test result. The young Polish woman had no next of kin in this country. She was dispensable, despite tremendous wounds, an assistant coroner, and no named pathologist. No suspicious circumstances. In addition, they tried it all with Peter Faulding and his sonar image. I don't know if they were successful because it's gone quiet. Rowanwater Deja Vu was a tremendous challenge to me. It was an enormous task to cover it all. The withheld photos wore heavy on me. It got a bit long, but I'm thinking of making a compact version of segment 6. It's still 40 minutes long, and the short. Everything went wrong. Satan did everything to stop it. A health issue and a DIY job. I still managed. I'm glad it's out now and over, and the photos distributed among a number of friends. You can make up your own mind now and choose your place. 68% of my viewers are female. They are from all over the world. I don't know how I have earned this honor. Normally they run from me. Actually, both sexes run from me, as it is written. Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. That's in James chapter 4, verse 7, King James Version. The views on Rumble have overtaken those on YouTube. I wonder why. On YouTube, a short video clip is played with Dr. Doctor by UFO for copyright reasons. On Rumble, I could leave it as I wanted it with Milk and Alcohol by Dr. Feelgood. What's next? No rush this time. They told us not to speculate. We are doing just that. Now is the time. We are looking into some of the theories, including Peter Vincent, that's Peter the Dowser. And when I say Peter Vincent, then you know where it's going. There is also, I have discovered about something. I'm not even, I don't want to specify it because it would cause an alert to some, stop it there. I shall call it the hallucinations of Professor Moriarty. This is just an experimental. It will look different. There's nothing there yet, but what I'm gonna do is in my head. There is something there, but not on paper, not on the computer. And I have got an idea what I'm gonna do, and that's it basically. Until then, from Tommy Tucker and me, it's a Northern Torah.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, yeah. We chased our pleasures here, dug our treasures there, but can't you stay